Hello everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Sunday, February 27th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that I think are great value bets for the Sunday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Your guys' support at the channel has been absolutely unbelievable. So, as always, just want to say thank you to all of you here at the channel. Be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. Be sure to also put your favorite pick down below for today's action in the comment section. We'd love to hear what you guys are playing. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, and now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So notice this beautiful list of all of our Straight Fire MVPs here running down the side of me. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVP member, Rich Salter. Thank you, Rich, for becoming a Straight Fire MVP. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you here at the channel. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below where you can check that out. There will also be a link in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. Really just a great way to support the stream and what we do here at the stream, guys. You get a few perks with that. You get a badge next to your name, a custom roll color in the Discord. So if you're a Straight Fire MVP and you're in the Discord and I don't know your name, make sure you shoot me a message. Let me know what your name is. So that's it for that. As far as our results from the previous episode, we went 1-2. Was not our best episode, obviously. Would have liked to do a little bit better than that. Started the day kind of on a bad note there with Robert Williams, over 10.5 rebounds. He didn't even play in the fourth quarter, which was really sad. I don't really think he would have gotten there anyway. He needed 4 rebounds in the fourth quarter, and he just didn't snag enough boards. He finished the game with 7 rebounds, and obviously wish we could have done better there. Tatum had like 10. So what can you do about that? And then in the evening, we were able to cash Trae Young over 9.5 assists. He cashed this one easily there in the third quarter, and very fortunate he did because the game was a huge blowout, which I didn't anticipate that. I mean, the Raptors, guys. What's going on with the Raptors here out of the break? They've been sleepwalking out of the break. Absolutely unbelievable in that sense. And then finally, we missed on the Ayo Dosunmu, over 20.5 PRAs there for the Chicago Bulls. He wasn't even close, and again, he didn't even play in the fourth quarter, which was sad. Sad that we didn't even get an opportunity. I mean, you're not going to cash many bets if your players, your starters aren't playing in the fourth quarter. And just really unfortunate. He just did not have it last night at all. He didn't even score a point. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, he put up 31 the last time he played the Grizzlies, and it felt like he put up like 0 last night, so he was just not good. But we're gonna get after it today, guys. We're gonna get this 4-0. We're gonna respond. We're still hot here at the channel. We're running 56-25 and 1 in our last 82 NBA picks, so we're still doing fine. 1 and 2 shouldn't hurt you that bad. We still salvaged the night there with Trae Young. Well, let's respond here today. Let's get this 4-0. Let's get right into our picks. And number 1. We are going with Donovan Mitchell, over 26.5 points here for the Utah Jazz at -112 odds. So Mitchell is 5 out of his last 7 to this line. He's scored 30-plus points in 3 straight games, so it's obviously very solid there. He's averaging 32.2 points per game in his last 5 games in Phoenix versus the Suns, so that's very solid. The opponent he's taking on today. He's had a lot of great success here versus the Suns. Overall, in Phoenix, he's 3 out of his last 5, technically, but the 2 losses he finished with 26 and 25, which is obviously right on the hook there. Last game he had 40 plus in Phoenix last year, so that's obviously very solid. And right now the Suns are struggling a little bit here defensively versus guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put up 32 a couple games ago against them. C.J. McCollum 32, Brandon Ingram 28. And Dennis Schroeder, 23. So that's all within the last 3 games. So the Suns' defense has struggled a little bit on the perimeter. And obviously Mitchell here, this suits him. As far as the matchup, he's done very well versus the Suns. And he scores a little bit better also on the road. Mitchell averaging 26.9 points per game on the road versus 25.2 at home. So he does pick it up in the scoring department on the road as well. 1.7 points over the course of the season is actually fairly significant. Not too shabby. On the season, the Phoenix Suns do allow the 7th most points to point guards. Now, Mitchell, you'll see playing a little bit of both there, obviously with Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, but just overall the guard position here, I feel very good here in our matchup here with Donovan Mitchell. I really think he could have a big game here versus the Suns, particularly in Phoenix. He's done very well, like I said, averaging 32.2 points per game in the last 5 in Phoenix. And he's been hot right now, right? That's what I like to see. Coming out of the break, he put up 37 right out of the break, which is what we love to see. So, love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick, Donovan Mitchell, over 26.5 points here for the Utah Jazz at minus 112 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're rolling with the Los Angeles Clippers, minus 6 spread here versus the Houston Rockets at minus 110 odds. So, guys, we've been fading the Rockets at home, it feels like, just about all season. We've had a lot of great success with it, so we're going to keep going back to that, because I think in this particular spot as well, this is a great opportunity here to bet against the Rockets again at home. The Rockets 8-18 at home against the spread on the air. It's one of the worst in the NBA, obviously. Taking on a Clippers team here that's 17-14 on the road against the spread, which is, fairly solid. And the Clippers really have picked it up here lately. I don't know if you guys have been tracking the Clippers here since the trade deadline. They actually played really well. They've covered in 5 straight games against the spread, and they've won 4 of their last 5 games. Led by Reggie Jackson there, Luke Kennard, that you saw in the 3-point contest. They've actually been playing pretty solid. Just coming off a win here over the Lakers as well. The Clippers have it going on right now, and the Rockets are just continuing their losing ways. They're 2-10 in the last 12 games against the spread with 8 straight losses. So they have not been very good at all. They've lost 13 of the last 14 games at home, and 11 of those games by double digits. So they've been absolutely horrendous, guys. I don't know what's going on in Houston, but they're obviously very young. They do have some talent, but man, they have a lot of losing going on right now. On the season, the Rockets are 30th in defensive efficiency. The Clippers are 8th in defensive efficiency. So that's really the difference here in this game. Clippers could really get after on the defensive end. Rockets 27th in offensive efficiency. Clippers on the season ranked at 26th in offensive efficiency. It is worth noting Clippers are actually up to 15th in the last 3 games in offensive efficiency. So like I said, since the trade deadline, they really have been playing better. And, I anticipate them winning this game easily by 10 plus. Here led by Reggie Jackson and company. So love it there for our number 2 pick. Los Angeles Clippers, minus 6 spread here versus the Houston Rockets at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we're rolling with James Harden, over 39.5 PRAs here for the Philadelphia 76ers at minus 122 odds. Now, it's interesting on Harden. I actually bet a lot of his unders earlier in the season. But I actually think this change of scenery is going to be great for him. Here in Philadelphia, and he's had a lot of success here versus the New York Knicks. You look at his success versus the Knicks, you cannot deny it. And obviously the Knicks are struggling right now, not playing inspired basketball, particularly on the defensive end. So I think James Harden's going to go off again in this spot at the Garden. It's just set up for him to. Just his second game in Philadelphia, here going to the Garden where he's had a ton of success. Harden overall 12-0 in his last 12 games versus the New York Knicks to this line when playing above 4 minutes. So he had one game in there a couple games ago where he had 4 minutes on the log, and so obviously we're not anticipating that happening, right? Anticipating big things here out of Harden. Like I said, the Knicks here have struggled lately, and they've struggled versus point guards specifically. And Anfernee Simons put up 43 PRAs. Josh Giddey put up 51. Kyle Lowry put up 32, and that's well above his line. So that's significant. And Stephen Curry put up 47 PRAs. That's all coming within the last 5 games. So this defense, like I said, is playing very uninspired. They've allowed 111 plus points in 6 straight games. So, like I said, they've been very bad on the defensive end of the court, and that's obviously not characteristic of a Tom Thibodeau team. So you just got to wonder if this team is kind of giving up on Thibs. It appears that they really don't like playing for him right now. 'Cause that's just something I don't know. You just don't see that very often with a Tom Thibodeau coach team in 6 straight games, allowing basically 110 plus is what I'm getting at there. So, James Harden, like I said, flew out of the gate in his first game in Philadelphia, 47 PRAs, had a terrific game there. I'm anticipating, a lot of the same here today at the Garden. There's no reason for that really to change. He's 7 out of his last 8 at the Garden to this line. Now, a lot of those games came, with the Houston Rockets, so obviously different situation. But overall, Harden, dominates the Knicks. He even had a 61-point game versus the Knicks. So, he really likes playing against the Knicks. It's apparent in his game log. Look at his game log. Just so much success, really. And it's just the right time to catch the Knicks here, too, because they're just playing very uninspired. So, love it there for number 3 pick. James Harden, over 39.5 PRAs here for the Philadelphia 76ers at minus 122 odds. Okay, and finally, at number 4, we're rolling with Terry Rozier, over 5.5 assists here for the Charlotte Hornets at minus 104 odds. So this is a great matchup here for Rozier. The Detroit Pistons allow the 6th most assists in the NBA, as well as the last 3 games. So, which is obviously important here because the Pistons have kind of changed their look here over the last few games. Jeremy Grant coming back into the lineup. And obviously a trade deadline there with Marvin Bagley as well. So the Pistons are a little bit different. Pistons also on a back-to-back here, which, I actually like as far as them being a little tired on the defensive end. So it should lead to some more opportunities here for Rozier. Rozier was 5 out of his last 7 to this line with a hook. And 3 of those wins that he had 9+ assists in 3 of those. So it's obviously very significant, including, the last time he played the Pistons, he put up 11 assists. So we'd love to see that. And he's 3 out of his last 3 versus the Pistons this line as well. So it's obviously very solid. Last 7 games here for Rozier, his potential assist is at 11.7 per game, and he's got an adjusted assist line of 7.9. So he's been doing really solid here lately as far as passing the basketball. I think a lot of that has to do with Gordon Hayward here being out of the lineup for the Hornets. So they really, need another guy here to facilitate. And really, across the board here for the Hornets, they've actually been passing the ball really well across the board. We got Miles Bridges, who's had a lot of success to his assist line. You could take a look at him. His line is now up to 4.5, so that's why I didn't want to play his, but the Hornets are actually passing the basketball here lately. A lot of guys cashing their assist lines and sharing the basketball. So we love to see that. We love the success here for Terry Rozier. We love the recent trend. We love the matchup. We love the history here versus the Pistons as well. Like I said, putting up 11 assists last game versus the Pistons is something I really love because I want to cash this line easy. If we cash this line in the first half, I'll be happy, guys. I'll be really happy. So love it there, guys, for our number 4 pick, Terry Rozier, over 5.5 assists here for the Charlotte Hornets at minus 104 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. You guys' support at the channel has been an absolute blessing to me. Like I said, I do say it a lot, but I feel like I have to because it rings true to me every day. It has been absolutely unbelievable to grow with you guys as a community. I didn't anticipate this growing into what it's grown into. I started the page back up in May, and it's been an absolutely fun journey. And you guys' support has been really awesome. So I appreciate all of you. Check out our Straight Fire Picks MVP program. It's a great way to support the stream. It's just $3.99 per month. You get a few extra added perks with that. Like I said, it's really just a great way to support the stream. We also have merchandise up as well. If you guys want to check that out at straightfirepicks.com, I added a bunch of merchandise onto there during the break. So be sure to check that out. Other than that, guys, check out our Discord, like I said, as well. Follow us on Twitter. Sometimes I post additional plays on our Twitter as well, which is probably the best place to see it. I post it in our comment section as well and in our Discord, but Twitter is really the best place really to see that kind of stuff. So if I could find another play here during the day, I'll add another play. Not likely today because we're already rolling with 4 plays, and I think 4 is enough for me today. I don't like to overplay slates too much, and want to get back on track. Let's at least get 3-1, but I want to get this 4-0, guys. I really do. So let's get after it today. I wish you guys all the best of luck on your bets. Let's cash out on all these bets. Until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Peace out.